Hey everyone, Charlie here. I hope you're all doing well. This is very late considering this is supposed to be a monthly series, but this is the second episode of Manga Monthly where we talk about the manga that I'm reading this month and whether or not I can recommend it to you in good conscience. So without further ado, let's get started. The first new read that I picked up this month is called Gaku, Everybody's Mountain, right? Now, as you can hopefully see by the cover here, and hopefully this isn't blinded here by the light. Blinded by the light! Anyway, this is a manga about mountain climbers and rescue workers rescuing said mountain climbers in the northern Japanese Alps. This book really speaks to that part of me that loves getting outside and doing kind of stupid things sometimes, though so far I've never had to be rescued by any sort of helicopter team or anything like that. But the art in this is quite beautiful, and it's a really nice change from manga that are based on stories about people going to fight in the virtual world or people with superpowers or things like that. This is just about at least a semi-real world, right? So it's a nice change. Not that I have anything against this manga, but if you are a fan of nature, if you are a fan of climbing, or you just like comics that are set in more of a real world setting, I really recommend this to you. You can get this at Book Off here in Japan for 524 yen brand new, or anywhere from 100 to 300 yen used at your local used bookstore. Otherwise, if you're shopping online, you're probably going to be looking about $7.50 American for a volume of this. But definitely worth it. Again, the art is fantastic, the storyline is fantastic, and it's just something different, so can't go wrong there. Okay, so the next book I want to talk about is Fate Stay Night. This is a series that was actually introduced to me by fellow J-vlogger slash YouTuber slash human air breather, Mel slash Nippon Culture Quest. She originally introduced me to the anime version of this actually, and after watching that I was really hooked on the idea of the series, and so I went back and watched the prequel, and I was like, well hey, maybe I should read the comic. And so I just started the comic last week, and I'm already up to the third volume, which is nice because these are 180 yen used, really cheap. And this is centered around this story of like this quest for the Holy Grail, right? It's a new take on the Holy Grail where there are seven wizards or witches who can basically call these guardians, these servants to them, who embody or not embody, they're inhabited by the spirits of these classical warriors, right? Everybody from Alexander the Great, as in the prequel, to others. I don't want to go into too much because that's actually one of like the big things, is like who are these heroes and like what great spirit has been called upon to create them. It is kind of dark. There's a lot of sort of metaphysical philosophy in here. And it does sort of suffer from sort of the more typical tropes of shonen manga, in that there's a young boy who gains unexpected powers and ends up saving the day, even though there's these far more capable female characters around. But anyway, we don't need to go into that. But there's a really good twist in this story. The art is, while typical, it's nice. The combat in this manga, as well as in the anime, is really refreshing and fast-paced and really great to look at. So if you are a fan of fantasy manga, what is fantasy? Fantasy manga, whether that is European or Japanese, this offers a little bit of both in a really fun, quick-paced, but again, kind of overly tropey way. This will cost you 540 yen new if you're here in Japan, 108 yen used. And you can find these online for, I think, about $7 US. But I should have mentioned, with that last manga, Gaku, Everybody's Mountain, as well as this one, you can find scanlations, so to speak, scanned versions that have been translated into English online. I'm not going to link them because I don't want to seem as though I'm actively promoting that, but they are out there. So the last manga I want to talk about tonight is one that sort of, I didn't really know how I would feel about it, right? It's called Nanachan, and this is centered around Nanachan, the eponymous Nanachan, and basically it's about this young woman, this nurse's aide who works in a nursing home, and it's about the different people she encounters, right? The different older people who are ill, who come into the nursing home, and the interaction she has with them, like one of my favorite stories is about this woman who, no matter what her hair, like they can give her a bath, and then just a few hours later her hair goes crazy again, right? And it's filled with these sort of really touching anecdotes, these touching, funny anecdotes about these older people, and some of them are quite sad. But I haven't mentioned this before on the channel, but I was a nurse for a nurse's aide to be more exact, in a nursing home for 2 years before becoming a writer, or embracing my writerliness and coming over here to Japan to be a teacher and everything like that. So this really strikes a chord with me. It's the art is really simple. And I think that's probably to add some levity to what can sometimes be like a dark story of these sick elderly people who are at the end of their lives. But yeah, it's simple but beautiful. The stories, as I said, are touching. They're like little snippets, right? So this is actually a really good book to read if you're on your morning commute or something like that. Not if you're driving, for you people who don't have a reliable mass transit system. Like in America, for example, because yeah, there's just like 1 or 2 page stories each, just filled with 1 to 2 page stories in here, so you can really easily pick it up, put it down, pick it up, put it down all day long, and really worth your read. Again, this is something that is much more real, though the art style is not terribly realistic, but it again, this is a nice change of pace from manga about superheroes and whatever, right? And so anyway, this will cost you 619 yen, brand new here in Japan. I've never seen a 100 yen version of this, though I'm sure they do exist. Usually you're going to pay about 360 yen for these used. I don't even know if you can find this online, because it's sort of like from one of the more like, not indie, but much smaller publishers here in Japan. But yeah, maybe you'll be able to find it. I really recommend it. It's beautiful. So anyway, that brings me to the end of this video for tonight, guys. Be sure to check out the last video too, where I talk about some other manga that I really liked during the month of December. If you liked those manga from that episode, or if you like or dislike those from this month, let me know down in the comments below. I'd love to hear about what you're reading, what you're watching, what you're playing. Anything to do with the anime/manga/Japanese game sphere is okay by me. So on that note, thanks always for watching, guys. Please like this video if you did in fact like it, and I'll see you very soon indeed. Cheers.